Bill O'Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News, Wednesday, January 11th, 2023. Stand up for your country. Once again, the American airline system collapsed last night. Thousands of flights delayed today, many canceled because of a computer problem at the federal level. This wasn't individual airline companies, this was at the federal level. Now, back in April, I warned everybody, you saw it on social media or here, that the airlines were out of control, and that includes the federal system that controls the skies and the Department of Transportation. It's all going down, and that is the subject of this evening's Talking Points Memo. So the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, they are responsible for safety, and pilots have to check in with them via computer before they take off. So the FAA monitors all the airspace in America. Well, it couldn't last night because there was a problem in the computer system. Nobody knows at taping time today why that problem happened. Maybe we'll get an explanation, but the big point is we have a very weak infrastructure in this country, not only in the skies, but all of it. And our enemies, you know, they're watching this. They can disrupt American society if they hack into our system. Now, I don't know whether this was a hack. The failure happened at the Notice to Air Mission System. That's called NOTAM, all right? And it's back up now, but it ruined travel for tens of millions of people all over the USA. And that's what happened. So what are we supposed to do about this? We are vulnerable to foreign enemies who could come in and really wreck our infrastructure because we're dependent on cyberspace, computers. So we got to secure that, upgrade that. It's going to cost hundreds of billions of dollars to do that. Okay, the second thing is the airlines themselves are ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So last year, minus 2 months, fiscal year for the government, 23% of all flights in the USA were delayed. Okay? And only one airline was fine. That was Frontier, a very small airline. Southwest disintegrated over Christmas. JetBlue, a travesty, nothing. That's because the Department of Transportation doesn't provide any oversight. Pete Buttigieg doesn't know what he's doing. And Joe Biden, the president, like the border, does not care. That's the key to all of these problems. You've got to care to fix them. Biden doesn't. He doesn't care if you're delayed at the airport, if your luggage gets sent to Shanghai. He doesn't care if 6 million foreign nationals have come in on his watch illegally. It's hard to believe, and I know some people don't believe it, but he doesn't have the passion for the job. He's got to be a problem solver. He's not. Biden's never been. Okay? So that's what happened today, and I don't see an improvement in the airlines as long as Buttigieg is there. If this doesn't ruin his political career, nothing will. Because he's presiding over the worst period in aviation history, and he's doing nothing. And that's the memo. So Biden today had to go with his wife, Jill, to Walter Reed Hospital for skin surgery. It's called Mohs, M-O-H-S, on Mrs. Biden. I've had that surgery, the Mohs surgery, because, you know, the Irish skin and all that. And I used to be a lifeguard and water safety instructor when I was a kid. There was no sunblock. So I'm getting stuff taken off me like every other month. Mohs, very effective, but it's not, you know, it's a little painful. So that's what the president did all day, and I don't begrudge him that. That's what a good husband does. But He's got to deal with this classified document fiasco. I told you yesterday on the No Spin News, I'd look into this, and I have it now. I have it. So here's what happened. Biden leaves the vice presidency, okay, when Trump takes over. And he's got a mountain of documents, Biden does, that are moved out of his office in Washington, D.C., to his think tank, the Penn Center, okay? In those documents are classified pieces of paper, just as Donald Trump had classified pieces of paper when he moved his stuff to Mar-a-Lago, Palm Beach, Florida. It's the same thing, not the same volume. Trump had a lot more classified stuff than Biden. But neither Trump nor Biden knew, in my opinion, what was in those boxes. They don't go through them. They don't do that. Other people do that. Well, anyway, Biden was, ripping Trump up like crazy, and the FBI raided. Biden had to okay that raid, okay, Mar-a-Lago, and now he did the same thing. Biden did exactly the same thing that Trump did, but on a smaller scale. But it could be worse because this was discovered a few days before the midterm elections. Now, Biden watch Biden, I'm going to run the soundbite, but watch his head. He's reading a statement about this document stuff in Mexico City. Go.
They found some documents in a box in a locked cabinet, or at least a closet. And as soon as they did, they realized there were several classified documents in that box. And they did what they should have done. They immediately called the archives, turned them over to the archives, and I was briefed about this discovery and surprised to learn that there were any government records that were taken there to that office.
What he's saying is true, okay? So he was briefed and he was surprised to learn it happened. All right, that's true. But he's reading the statement word for word. He's not talking from the heart. He's reading it. But what he doesn't tell you is that it got clamped down, that the public didn't know it until CNN broke the story last week. So Biden knew it. Well, why didn't you tell the public a few days before the midterm vote? You kept it quiet, didn't you? Is that supposed to be noble? Is that supposed to be transparent? You kept it quiet. And so did your lackey Attorney General, Merrick Garland. Now, the archives, they're not in a position to do this stuff. All they do is catalog classified material, so I don't blame the National Archives. But Biden knew before the midterm vote that this happened. And we have to wait until January to find out? We the people? That's outrageous. Oh, my God. But the press, oh, yeah. Okay. Now you know what happened. Now, last night, I couldn't watch the Golden Globes, and I'll get to that, the final thought. The Islander hockey game I was watching, but they were in a period, they were in the locker room, so I turned over and to Fox News. And they got a China conspiracy going on there. So somehow China is locked into these Biden documents. Now, I tried to follow this. I did. I said, okay, now how is China locked into this? I couldn't quite get it. And, I'm not a stupid man. So I'm going, okay, what's the... At one point, somebody said, well, the Chinese embassy in D.C. is only a few blocks away from whatever storage facility these documents were in. I'm going, I don't know if that's enough. Anyway, the conservative crew, some of them who love the conspiracy stuff, and that's a huge industry in America, let's be honest about it. They're trying to tie China into this. Again, I'm ready to believe you, as they say in the Ghostbuster movie. I'm ready to believe it, but I've got to see some evidence. okay? And it wasn't there last night. Inflation at its highest level in 40 years. Interest rates skyrocketing. We all know that. Market experts like Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan, not only predict a recession, but are using scary terms like economic hurricane and unprecedented. So, you need to call the only precious metal dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. They will show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. Please call them today, and they will have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. They have thousands of satisfied customers, are the highest rated firm in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they'll give you up to $2,500 of free silver on your first order. Please call 866-501-5201, 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532. Again, 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532. All right, let's go to the mail. Charles. O'Reilly, your course corrections are right on target. First on the list is a limit on federal spending. Democrats will spend and distribute money for any reason. The federal government borrows the money, and the Federal Reserve Bank creates the funds out of thin air. All of that is true. You got to get that balanced budget amendment. Have to get it, or this country is going to go bankrupt, literally bankrupt. Wayne, concierge member. Wayne gets direct access to me. We hope you check that out on BillO'Reilly.com. It will save you a pile of money. Concierge membership. The vote the House took on the IRS agents and impeaching Mayorkas were just show votes. I personally do not believe they were serious. I disagree. Republicans are very serious. They could boot Mayorkas out of there, they would. He's not going to get impeached because they don't have enough votes. And on the IRS, again, if Republicans could get that money rescinded, they would. So I disagree with that entirely. Jason Cope, Mountain Home, Arkansas. I have zero confidence Republicans would pass term limits, even if they control both houses of Congress. That one you might be right about. You know, politicians don't want to limit themselves. It's a pretty soft job. Doug Fuqua, Pearland, Texas. Can a president pardon himself? Unknown. Never been done. Nixon didn't do it when he resigned. Trump didn't do it. So it is unknown. Would have to go to the Supreme Court. Neil Watko, Crested Butte, Colorado. What is more dangerous to the Democrats? A Lauren Boebert who is working to get reelected, or a Lauren Boebert who knows she won't be reelected but is voting the will of the people in Colorado's District 3? Look, Lauren Boebert is now marginalized along with Matt Gaetz, so they don't have the respect of their colleagues in the House. My Congressman Santos, I don't know how he can even sit there. So these people, they're there, but they're not going to have any influence on the country. Carrie Hill, Churchville, Virginia. I'm very appreciative of you, Bill, speaking on how George Soros has his tentacles everywhere. We don't get this kind of coverage even on Fox News. We are, from the very beginning, on the Soros beat. He was involved in trying to destroy me. Someday I'll write about that in detail. Al Vulhaj, Brighton, New York. I had my first day of vacation completely wasted by United Airlines, and they lied to me. All right, they said my flight was delayed because of fog. There was no fog. Al, you're going to have to eat it. A one-day delay or whatever, the airlines are just simply not going to reimburse you, and there's no mechanism. Department of Transportation isn't going to take your side unless it's really, really egregious. All right? And it happened to me at JetBlue. You know that. They lied to me all day long. Literally all day long. Charles Fish, Colonial Heights, Virginia. The Fairfax schools in Virginia should have listened to your final thought about TCU. They won't honor national merit scholars because it might hurt someone's feelings. I know all these liberal districts are doing that students who rightly earn recognition aren't getting it. It's awful. John Elmendorf, Houston, Texas. O'Reilly, tonight you asked for feedback on your best life recommendations. My wife and I immediately took your advice on I-bonds, and we are very grateful. I-bonds are U.S. paper, 1-year term, 9% interest. Check it out. John did, and he's smart. Smart life, smart John. Okay, we have a sale on something you might like. The O'Reilly Holly the Terror Dog pick. We want people to have fun. So you can pick this up. And if you buy Killing the Legends, number 13 on Sunday, after all these weeks in the marketplace, you get a free, that book is just hot, still red hot. If you become a concierge or premium member on BillO'Reilly.com, you get it free, or any of my books. Word of the day, do not be a sop. S-O-P. S as in Sam, sop. Back with the final thought in a moment. Bill O'Reilly here for Lone Star Transfer. Many timeshare owners are upset that their yearly dues continue to increase, and the annual fees never stop, even after you quit using the property. So if you are stuck in a timeshare, you're not alone. With an A+ rating at the Better Business Bureau and hundreds of 5-star testimonials, family-owned Lone Star Transfer is the only company you can trust, guaranteeing the release of all liability to your timeshare in writing and in a specific time frame. Lone Star Transfer's customer service is second to none. They will make your experience a pleasant one, done legally, ethically, and quickly. They have 15 years of experience in the timeshare disposal business and are here to help you. So start the new year off right with a free, no-obligation consultation. Call 855-551-7066 or go to LoneStarTransfer.com. 855-551-7066. So here is the final thought of the day. Hollywood's over. Can you believe it? After all these decades of good entertainment coming out of there, it's finished. So the Golden Globe Awards last night, I didn't watch it, as I mentioned, got about 5.5 million viewers. In January 2020, just 3 years ago, the Golden Globes got 18.5 million viewers. So from 18.5 to 5.5. Why? Because none of these movies matter. I mean, really, are you going to see The Fabelmans? I'm not going to see The Fabelmans. Not going to see Tar. I did see Elvis and Top Gun Maverick, and they were both good. But it's over. There are no big stars anymore other than The Rock and Cruise. It's just, and the reason that Hollywood has killed itself is because of its radical left political position and the witch hunt and the cancel culture. If you are not in step with them politically, radical left, you don't work. People know that. Look what happened to Mel Gibson. He was selected to be in a Mardi Gras parade, and they had to cancel him. They shouldn't have canceled him, all right, but they did because they're afraid. And the Gibson transgression was years and years ago. It's ridiculous. The whole thing is absurd. So Hollywood's falling apart. People don't go to the theaters anymore. They watch the streaming stuff. I mean, I was on Netflix last night. I saw the New Amsterdam. Is that the show? It's pretty good. But there's not a lot on Netflix that I'm interested in. I mean, just telling you the truth. I don't have a leisure time anyway. I'm busy and I read a lot, which takes me away from the tube, and I'm glad I do it. But bottom line on the final thought is Hollywood, done. Not coming back. Thank you for watching and listening to the No Spin News. We will see you tomorrow. Hey, Bill O'Reilly here. I want to tell you about Ghost Bed. Ghost Bed has been designing high-quality sleep products for more than 2 decades with more than 50,000 positive customer reviews. Wow. Ghost Bed has luxury mattresses and premium sheets that get softer with every wash. Their mattresses have a cooling feature. Each is made with their signature Ghost Ice fabric, perfect for hot sleepers. Get fast and free shipping, plus a 101-night sleep trial with free returns. Trying their mattress is truly risk-free. So please go online, take their quiz to find out the ideal mattress for your sleeping style. Get 30% off Ghost Bed mattresses plus 2 free luxury pillows, or get 40% off when you bundle a mattress with their award-winning adjustable base. Use promo code BILL at ghostbed.com/bill to take advantage of this fabulous offer. That's ghostbed.com/bill, promo code BILL.